Hello everyone, my name is Masha and today I'm going to be showing you all the bracelets that I made in September, and I'll also be announcing the new October Masha challenge. So as you can tell, this video is a little bit late. I've still been running on catch-up mode since my trip to Russia and since I started university for the year. Because of that, there will be no voting this time for the challenge bracelet. I'm going to be announcing the bracelets for the challenge a little bit later in the video, so stick around for that. But first of all, let's talk about the September challenge. So many of you guys participated and all your bracelets look absolutely lovely. More and more people are taking part in the challenge, which I am really happy to see. And I'm loving all the color combinations that you guys are choosing as well. I think they're very, very cute. I'm really glad that you guys are enjoying these challenges just as much as I am. It makes me really happy to see you guys participating as well. So there was both a normal pattern and an alpha pattern for last month's challenge. I unfortunately only got to do the normal pattern. I didn't get around to making the alpha bracelet because I just had so much stuff to do. But a lot of you guys did both, and that was really lovely to see. This month is going to be a little bit different. I'm only going to be doing alpha patterns this month. But don't freak out if you don't know how to make alpha patterns. I've made a tutorial on how to read those patterns and make them. And I'm also going to be making an updated one for a different technique on how to make alphas really soon, and both of those videos will be linked in the description. In any case, thank you guys so much for participating in last month's challenge. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you guys participate in this month's challenge as well. So let's talk about the bracelets that I did finish this month. So this month I had to finish up 4 bracelets to make for other people. 2 of those are the competition winners back from like July. It took me a really long time to finish those bracelets, but I managed to finish out and send the last 2 out this month, and 2 of them were for my patrons. So this was one of the bracelets for one of my patrons, and I really liked this pattern. I would never have chosen it for myself because it's very different from the sort of style that I usually go for, and the colors are not colors that I would have chosen either. I don't tend to mix greens with purples, even though I do know based on like color theory that they do go together. I personally don't really like that. However, in this bracelet and in this pattern, I think they work really well, and I think it turned out pretty awesome as well. And this one is also a bracelet that I sent out. This one was also for a competition winner, and again, this isn't a pattern that I ever would have chosen, yet I had a pretty good time making it. And I love how all the strings sort of interact with each other to create the design. I think it's really cool. I also sent out one bracelet for a Patreon, but since that was a surprise bracelet and they haven't received it yet, I'm not going to show it here because they might be watching. And I also made another bracelet for a Patron, and this one I haven't sent out yet because I just finished it yesterday and I'm going to be sending it out tomorrow. But this one is a really cute bracelet. You've got different candies in it. On camera you can see that sort of the colors blend a little bit together, but in real life they don't blend in together as much. They sort of are pretty distinct. But the background is lilac, and we've got these pink and yellow candies going around the entire bracelet. And I do think that this bracelet is pretty cute. Again, this is very different to what I would usually create, but I am pretty happy to sort of expand my horizons when people ask me to create different designs. However, I must say that this bracelet was very difficult to knot, just because it's pretty tricky to segment knot. There are different knots that are pretty much individual that you can't group with anything else, so it took me a while to make this, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. Now, this is the bracelet that I created for the challenge of the month of last month, and I must say I really love this pattern. It was a little bit difficult to knot as well, just because again segment knotting was quite difficult to do with this, since there are a lot of knots that can't really be grouped together that well. But I do like it a lot. I think the loop also goes really well with the actual pattern, so I'm pretty happy with it. I also really like the sort of twisted ties at the end. I love it when you can separate the 2 strands of the ties into like white and color, so that the ties end up being really cute. I don't really have that many bracelets to show you because I started a lot of bracelets. I'm sort of halfway through, but I haven't finished that many this month. But I do have some, so let's get on to those. I've finished 2 of the arrowheads that I started a while ago. You may have already seen me talk about them. So this one is some sort of salmon colors, and this one is the purple one. As you may remember, I did a bunch. I think I did 6 different color combinations of this bracelet, and now finished 2. The other ones I'm nearly finished with, but I'm not entirely done, so I can't show you yet. I do have a tutorial on this bracelet if you are wondering, and I'm really happy with how these are turning out as well. I think they're really cute, and I can't wait to finish all of them so I can have like a collection. This bracelet is super cute as well. I love it. It's sort of like a polka dot chevron. I think it's super cute. It's in a sort of green color combination with the green gradient, and I love the way that the loop looks as well and how it looks with all the colors. And this is also a situation where the ties I could separate into sort of black and color, and that way the twisted ties turned out really cute as well. I'm super happy with this bracelet. I don't usually tend to go for greens, but I decided to like experiment and push myself out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I want to make a bracelet of each color of the rainbow for this pattern, sort of like as a gradient. So this is a green gradient, I've already started the yellow gradient, and I want to do one for each of the colors of the rainbow. So this will hopefully end up being a collection for me as well. Next up, we have this beautiful double arrowhead bracelet as well. I started this one a while ago, but I only now got around to finishing it. As you can see, I've made crimp ends on each side, so it's a different way of clasping your bracelets, and I do have a tutorial on that as well, and that'll be linked in the card and in the description. And for this pattern, I decided to make it in black and white. I've never done a black and white pattern before, and I thought that this was a really cute pattern to try it with. And in the middle, sort of between the white and the black, is a metallic silver thread that I think goes really well in this pattern. This pattern is relatively simple to knot. If you've got the arrowhead down, I think you can pick up this pattern as well. I'll have it linked in the description for you. The only issue with me is the metallic thread. I found that pretty difficult to knot with, because just metallic threads in general are a little bit difficult to knot with. But I powered through and I finished it, and I'm really happy with the result. I think it's super cute, and I can't wait to like take pictures for my Instagram with it. I want to think of a cool setup I can use. And last but not least, this is actually probably my favorite bracelet of the month, and it's this beautiful rainbow design. This is actually the bracelet that you guys chose for me to make last month. You voted on a bunch of patterns, and this is the one that won, and I'm super happy with how it turned out. I think the pattern is really, really cool. It's sort of like an optical illusion. I don't know how to describe it, but I really love the pattern. I think it's super cool. I also really like how I started the bracelet with the loop and the triangle ends coming off the loop, and finished it with a triangle end here as well. I think it looks really cute, and this is also what I was talking about, sort of this the twisted ties at the end separate into black and color, and I think that looks amazing as well. So I think that this is my favorite pattern of the month. I really enjoyed knotting it. It's actually not that difficult to segment knot, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a video on how to read normal patterns recently where I described how to segment knot, and I'll have that linked in the description for you. But this was not that difficult to figure out how to segment knot, and I loved making it. Every second of it. It was really, really fun. I want to do more of this pattern, but I can't think of any cool color combinations to try, since I've already done like the rainbow with the black background. Obviously you can do a rainbow with white background, but that's basically the same thing. So I don't know what other color combinations I could try, but this is definitely a really fun pattern. And that concludes all the bracelets that I've made this month. As I said, I have made more, but I haven't finished them yet, so I don't want to show you them until they are completed. So hopefully next month's wrap up is going to be even bigger, because I need to finish all the bracelets that I've started. There's a bunch. So now let's talk about the challenge of the month. Since we are heading into the month of October, I decided to go for something spooky this month. And I want to challenge myself and you guys as well to create more alpha designs. You may have noticed that I don't tend to make alpha designs on my channel, but that's actually not a common thing for me. I used to do alphas all the time. For some reason, I've just gotten worse at them. I feel like I've regressed. I used to be not that bad, and then I've regressed, and now I'm just terrible at making alpha bracelets. I haven't really been sharing my alpha bracelets because I'm not that proud of them. So this month, I want to challenge myself to create more alpha designs to get better at making them. And I also want to challenge you. If you've ever been scared of alpha bracelets and you don't know how to make them, this is the chance to sort of grab at it and try to figure them out. And also, if you're like me, if you've made alpha bracelets before but you're just not that confident in making them, this is the chance to really push through and try to make your bracelets look better. So as I said, I will be filming a video on a different alpha reading technique, but I do have one tutorial available already that will be linked in the card and in the description for you guys to check out, and the new one that I make later on will also be linked. So as I mentioned before, this video is coming out late, so there's not going to be a voting period unfortunately this time, just because there's not much time left and I really want to get into these Halloween designs. And I'm really excited. There's quite a lot of really cool Halloween patterns and I'm really excited to try them out. But since I am only doing alpha bracelets this month, I still want to give you two different options. So I've selected two different alpha designs as the challenge pattern. You can do one, you can do both, whatever you want, but these are the patterns that I have selected. Now, both of these patterns, as usual, will be linked in the description below. And just to recap, to participate in the challenge, you have to make one or both of these patterns, take a picture, post it to Instagram, tag me in the photo, and use the hashtag Masha Knots, and so do I. The reason I host these challenges on Instagram is because that's a platform where you can share pictures and everybody else can see them as well. Unfortunately, if you don't have an Instagram, there's no real way that you can participate, but you can still make this bracelet for yourself to participate in the challenge just for you. In the next wrap up, just just as I did with this one, I will be showing some of the bracelets that you guys create. And just to clarify, this is a challenge, this is not a competition, so there is nothing to win. It's just a fun thing that we can do as a community and interact with one another. I will also be participating in the challenge, and I'll be posting the pictures of the bracelets that I make on my Instagram as well. So thank you guys for watching, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I want to give a special shout out to my patrons, and especially my top supporters, who are Jane, Zoe, Tia, Izzy, Mads, and Lisa. Thank you guys very much for your support, I really do appreciate it. And if you also want to become a patron, there is a link in the description where you can sign up and you can get perks for your donations. As I said, I'm still sort of in catch-up mode since I had so much going on last month that I couldn't really film that many videos. Hopefully my schedule is getting back to normal now, and I'm going to be posting on Wednesdays and Sundays, and I will hopefully even be posting some bonus videos since I have so much content that I want to put out. So there's definitely a ton of more cool stuff coming, and hopefully a tutorial really soon as well. I know you guys have been waiting for that. And yeah, thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Bye!